15. The mind as a catalyst, the hidden force behind healing and physical well-being. Introduction, the link between mind and body. The allure of human capabilities doesn't stop simply at extrasensory perception or experiences beyond the ordinary. It goes much further, penetrating into the very heart of our existence, into the delicate balance between mind and body. For centuries, philosophers, doctors, and scientists have wondered about the relationship between these two pillars of the human being. How can they interact and influence each other? What is the true power of the mind over our physical health? For centuries, many cultures have believed in an inextricable link between mind and body. Traditional practices such as yoga, acupuncture, and meditation, which originated in countries as far away as India and China, were based on the premise that mental and physical health are deeply interconnected. A healthy body can fuel a healthy mind and vice versa. Take, for example, an individual who regularly practices meditation or Tai Chi. These disciplines, in addition to offering mental benefits such as stress reduction and increased awareness, can lead to physical improvements such as better posture, optimized circulation, and even a decrease in blood pressure. How is it possible? Science is beginning to uncover the underlying mechanisms that explain these interconnections. Recent research has shown that brain activity can influence bodily functions that were once thought to be completely autonomous. For example, how we perceive pain or deal with stress can have a direct impact on our physical health. People who are able to manage stress through relaxation techniques or change their perception of pain can actually reduce the intensity or frequency of physical symptoms. Similarly, our mental state can affect our immune system. Chronic negative thoughts and feelings, such as anxiety, depression, or anger, can weaken the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to disease and infection. Conversely, an optimistic approach and a positive mindset can strengthen our natural defenses. However, the relationship between mind and body is not one way. Even our physical state can affect our psyche. A healthy body can provide a solid foundation for a healthy mind. Adequate nutrition, exercise, and regular sleep can improve cognitive function, mood, and mental resilience. With all of this in mind, it becomes apparent that we cannot treat the mind and body as separate entities. They must be viewed as an integrated system, where each part has an impact on the other. As we continue in this chapter, we will delve into the specific power of the mind in healing. We will explore how positive thinking, expectations, and beliefs can actually lead to physical changes and, in some cases, healing. The mind has powers far beyond our current understanding, and through a series of research, testimony, and analysis, we hope to shed some light on this fascinating topic. Thought power, the role of the mind in healing. The influence of our thinking on physical health has ancient and deep roots. Eastern philosophy has long recognized the healing potential inherent in the mind, arguing that an individual's beliefs and expectations can have a tangible impact on their well-being. Today, modern science has begun to confirm and quantify these notions, revealing the mechanisms through which the psyche can influence the body. Take, for example, Anna's experience. After being diagnosed with a chronic illness, Anna underwent various traditional medical treatments, but with limited success. However, after integrating meditation and visualization practices into her daily routine, she noticed a marked improvement in her symptoms. By focusing on images of herself in good health and visualizing her body battling illness, Anna felt a strengthening of her physical and mental resilience. This kind of experience is not isolated. Numerous researches suggest that optimism, gratitude, and a positive outlook on life can reduce the incidence of some chronic diseases and improve quality of life. Conversely, chronic stress, depression, and anxiety can exacerbate medical conditions and delay healing. But how can the mind have such a profound impact on biology? The answer lies, in part, in the endocrine system. Our emotions and thoughts can trigger the production of hormones such as cortisol, the stress hormone, or endorphins, feel-good hormones. These hormones, in turn, can affect bodily functions such as blood pressure, digestion, and immune response. Another example is that of patients who, despite undergoing the same medical treatments, show different results depending on their state of mind. Those who maintain a hopeful and positive attitude often tend to respond better to therapies than those who are dominated by fear or despair. It is essential, however, not to fall into the trap of attributing the healing or lack of it entirely to the power of the mind. While a positive mindset can undoubtedly support and enhance medical treatments, it is no substitute for necessary medical care or therapy. Rather, it should be seen as a complement that enhances the body's natural ability to heal. Moving forward, we will delve into the concept of neuroplasticity, examining how our thoughts and experiences can literally reshape and restructure our brains, offering a fascinating perspective on the intrinsic power of the mind and its ability to influence biology at the cellular level. Neuroplasticity: how thinking affects biology. The discovery that our brains are malleable and can change throughout our lives has revolutionized the field of neuroscience. This ability of the brain to restructure and adapt has been highlighted in numerous studies, demonstrating that the organ is not static, but rather dynamic and responsive. Let's think of Lucia, a talented pianist. From an early age, he practiced for hours a day. Years later, scientists examined his brain through magnetic resonance imaging. They found that the areas associated with hand movement were significantly larger than those of non-musician individuals. This expansion is not due to genetic predisposition, but rather to exposure and prolonged practice. But it's not just learning complex skills like playing an instrument that can shape our brains. Life experiences, positive or negative, can also leave their mark. For example, war veterans with PTSD show changes in areas of the brain related to memory and emotions. In addition to experiences, our daily thoughts and mental habits can affect brain structure. A notable example comes from longtime meditators. These individuals, through years of practice, have developed areas of the brain associated with mindfulness, compassion, and self-control. This self-transforming power of the brain has profound implications for healing and well-being. If traumatic experiences can cause brain damage, then healing experiences and positive thoughts may have the potential to repair and regenerate. Take the example of Marco, who has suffered from anxiety for most of his adult life. Through targeted therapies and relaxation techniques, she gradually learned to manage her symptoms. After a few years, not only did she report a reduction in anxiety, but brain scans showed decreased activity in areas associated with the fight-or-flight response and an increase in areas related to calmness and relaxation. The brain's ability to change relies on the formation of new neuronal connections. Every time we learn something new or think in a different way, new paths are formed. And, just as a path in a forest gets wider and more defined with frequent use, the neural pathways we use the most get stronger, while the ones we use the least may weaken or disappear. But how can we actively harness this transformative capacity to improve our health and well-being? The answer may lie in ancient practices such as meditation. In the next section, we'll explore how meditation, known for millennia for its benefits on the mind and spirit, is now emerging as a powerful tool for neurological transformation and healing. Meditation and well-being, studies and success stories. The age-old practice of centering the mind and cultivating awareness through meditation has always found a place in spiritual traditions around the world. But only in the last few decades, with the advent of advanced technologies such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and other neuroimaging tools, have we begun to unravel the profound effect that meditation has not only on the psyche, but also on the structure and brain functioning. Sylvia, a senior manager, was introduced to meditation as a way to manage the stress of her busy job. Initially skeptical, she began to notice a growing sense of calmness and clarity after just a few weeks of daily practice. But it wasn't just his perception, colleagues and family have observed a tangible change in his behavior. Even more surprising, when Sylvia decided to participate in a meditation study, brain scans revealed significant changes in areas of the brain associated with attention, empathy, and emotion regulation. Such transformations are not unique to Sylvia. In several studies, experienced meditators have shown increased gray matter density in crucial areas such as the anterior cingulate gyrus, which plays a key role in mindfulness and attention regulation. Similarly, a decrease in activity in the so-called brain's default network suggests that meditators are less prone to mind wandering, being more present in the current moment. But it's not just experienced meditators who benefit. One study revealed that individuals who took an 8-week course of meditation showed increased gray matter density in the hippocampus, an area of the brain associated with memory and learning. This suggests that even short periods of practice can lead to measurable neural changes. In addition to the neurological benefits, meditation has been shown to have a positive impact on physical health. From a decrease in blood pressure to an improved immune response, the beneficial effects of meditation reach far beyond the mind. A tangible example comes from a group of patients suffering from psoriasis, an inflammatory skin disease. Those who meditated during phototherapy therapy were found to heal significantly faster than those who did not meditate. What is clear is that the mind has extraordinary power in modulating our biological responses, and meditation may be a key to unlocking this potential. However, there are other manifestations of this mind-body bond that are just as fascinating. One of the most mysterious and debated is the placebo effect, the ability to heal through the sheer force of belief. But how can an inert pill or a sham treatment lead to real improvements in health? This is exactly what we will explore in the next segment, shedding light on another incredible aspect of the power of our mind. The placebo effect, believing to heal. The idea that the mind can have a direct effect on the body is not new, but few phenomena illustrate this concept better than the effect known to many in the medical and scientific community. It's that curious phenomenon whereby a seemingly inert treatment, such as a sugar pill or sham procedure, can produce improvements in health simply because the patient believes it will work. We recall the case of Marco, a middle-aged man who suffered from chronic knee pain. After years of treatments, she agreed to participate in a clinical trial for a new surgical procedure. Marco underwent a simulated operation. The doctors only made a small incision without doing any real surgery on the knee. Surprisingly, over the next several months, Marco reported significant pain relief and increased mobility. He had no idea he was undergoing a placebo surgery. This example might seem exceptional, but in fact, similar manifestations have been documented in numerous clinical studies. But how can a mere belief trigger real changes in the body? Some scientists believe this is a conditioned response. Just as Pavlov conditioned dogs to salivate at the sound of a bell, people could be conditioned to experience symptom relief when they take a pill, regardless of its actual contents. Others suggest that positive expectations can trigger the release of endorphins and other neurotransmitters, which can reduce pain and improve mood. Still, there are theories linking the belief to a decrease in anxiety, which in turn may have beneficial effects on the body. The therapeutic potential of the effect in question is intriguing, but it also presents ethical dilemmas. After all, is it right to deceive patients for their own good? And what does this phenomenon tell us about the very nature of healing and the relationship between mind and body? Discussion of the mind's role in healing would not be complete without considering the importance of emotions. In fact, emotions are deeply intertwined with our physiology. For example, constant stress can exacerbate many medical conditions, while feelings like happiness and gratitude can have protective effects. How we manage our emotions, therefore, has direct implications for our physical health, a topic we will explore in the next segment. Once again, we are faced with the startling truth: the mind is not a separate entity from the body, but an essential component of our overall well-being. The role of emotions, stress, happiness, and physical health. Emotions are an internal barometer, reflecting not only our perception of events around us, but also influencing our physical health in ways science is just beginning to understand. The complex interaction between our emotional world and our body has deep roots and involves a series of biochemical and physiological reactions. Take, for example, the constant state of anxiety. Valeria, a 30-year-old engineer, has lived for years under the pressure of tight deadlines and sky-high expectations. This prolonged state of tension triggered a cascade of stress hormones, such as cortisol, in his body. In the short term, these hormones can increase alertness, but in the long term, high cortisol levels can lead to problems such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and immune system disorders. Valeria began to suffer from insomnia, chronic fatigue, and frequent colds. Conversely, positive emotions, such as joy or gratitude, can stimulate the production of beneficial neurotransmitters and hormones such as serotonin and oxytocin. Lucia, for example, has made gratitude a daily practice. Every night before bed, she wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. Over time, she noticed a general feeling of well-being, fewer episodes of illness, and faster recovery when she got sick. In addition to hormonal effects, emotions also influence our behavior, often in ways that can have direct health consequences. Sadness or depression can lead to harmful behaviors such as poor diet, substance abuse, or social isolation. Conversely, happiness and optimism can motivate us to make healthier choices, such as exercising, eating right, and connecting with others. It is clear, therefore, that physical health and emotions are closely intertwined. But how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? How can we actively influence our health through emotion management? One answer may lie in visualization and self-healing techniques. These methods, often associated with meditation and mindfulness practices, are based on the idea that we can consciously direct our minds and emotions to influence our physiology. In the next segment, we'll delve into these techniques, exploring how they work and how they can be integrated into our daily routines to harness the power of the mind in healing and overall well-being. Visualization and self-healing, techniques and practice. Self-healing is an innate ability of the human body. Every scratch, every bruise is a testament to this miraculous process. But what happens when we combine this natural ability with the power of the mind? This combination has ancient roots and crosses different cultures and traditions, but its essence remains the same: to use the power of thought to facilitate and accelerate the healing process. A widely used method is visualization. It is about imagining a clear and detailed picture, usually associated with the healing process. For example, an individual trying to overcome an illness might imagine his or her body battling and overcoming germs or diseased cells, visualizing this action in vivid detail. Sophia, who has been battling a chronic disease for years, used this technique by visualizing her immune system as a well-organized and powerful army, which repelled any external attack. With time and consistent practice, she has noticed an improvement in her health, coupled with an increase in her resilience and inner strength. The mind is a powerful self-healing tool, capable as mentioned of influencing our physical well-being through visualization and awareness techniques. If you want to delve into the extraordinary power of the mind and discover more secrets about healing and well-being, click like and subscribe to our channel, so you won't miss any of our new episodes. Your participation is the key to our growth together. Thank you.